test. Hello, test. Hello, test. No. Come on, Todd. Mm-mm. Hello, test. Hello, test. Yep. Don't. You're making it click, click, click. Hello, test. Hey, I don't hear anything in my headset.
Saying, I quit. And how would you like to commute to work without ever leaving your home? Well, not long ago, a 39-year-old entrepreneur from a billionaire family spent $20 million in 3 years to find the best home-based business in North America. He researched 70 different companies, and when he found the only one that had real long-term potential, he bought it. And right now, he's looking for people to help him turn this company into his next billion-dollar success story. So if you're serious about making money from home without having to leave your home, well, grab a pen. Because I'm about to give you the address of a website where you can learn all about this unique and rare opportunity. Write this down, www.goherenext.com. Now get on your computer and go to this site now. Part-time or full-time, your income is based totally on your performance. Interested? GoHereNext.com and say goodbye to your boss tomorrow. GoHereNext.com.
Marking Breast Cancer Awareness Month by showing a surgery on Facebook.
Surgeons at Methodist Charlton Hospital are wearing pink scrubs to mark Breast Cancer Awareness Month while they perform surgery on 50-year-old Sonia Johnson.
She underwent close monitoring, close follow-up because of her family history.
Radiation oncologist Keisha Anderson gave a play-by-play as surgeons removed lymph nodes and tissue.
She has used a tool called the Savvy Scout. The Savvy Scout provides almost a metal detector-like procedure.
She says that precision allows a better recovery for patients. The hospital says 41,000 women die from breast cancer across the country every year, and 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Alan Skaya for CBS News, Dallas.
South Carolina allows Mega Millions winners to remain anonymous, so we may never know who won the $1.5 billion jackpot. Anonymity shields winners from people looking for money. Pam Coulter, CBS News.
7:05 is the time here at KWAT. Time for football action. Being brought to you by Hy-Vee and Great Western Bank. Perkins Family Restaurant in Watertown, Fort Chrysler, and Dano's Marine and Tackers. Glacial Lakes Orthopedics in South Dakota Attorney General's Office. Stony Brook Suites and Dairy Queen. Prairie Lakes Healthcare System, Fisher Runs and Associates, Active Heating, Avante Federal Credit Union, and Clausen & Sons Construction, Roadhouse Cafe, Hometown Building Center, Sharp Automotive, Crawford Austin's Funeral Chapel and Taco John's, Northwestern Mutual, the Ramkota, Qdoba, Watertown Healthy Youth, Brian's Glass and Door, Kunkel Snyder and Dutch Boy, Gather Coffee, Eats and Gifts, Van Lock and Orthodontics, and Lake Stop 20 on KWAT.
The purple and gold are coming your way. The Watertown Arrows are going to do it today.
All right, let's go down to Sioux Falls with KWAT's Todd Anderson.
Thank you very much, Rod. It has been a scramble. We had Aberdeen Station in ahead of us, so he had to finish up. We had to get set up. We are set up. This is the Perkins pregame show. We're going right to Coach's comments, brought to you by Dano's Marine. And, Rod, you've got that. Let's listen to my conversation with Watertown head coach John Hodorf. This is the Perkins pregame show on KWAT's coverage of Watertown Arrow football. Coach's comments being brought to you by Dano's Marine. I chatted with Watertown head coach John Hodorf about tonight's opponent, Washington.
We know they're a good football team. I think they're on a 6-game winning streak right now. They have some talented backs, quarterbacks. They have some good offensive linemen. All around, they're a good football team.
Let's talk about their offense first of all. What do they do try to get done on offense?
Well, offensively, they like to run the ball. with Tupac. They also like to throw the ball with Johansson. So they're a pretty balanced group. A lot of zone type runs, and then they'll come back and throw the ball too.
When you say zone type runs, what do you mean?
I mean, that's just how they block it. They're not a man blocking scheme. They're a group that just likes to block their area, I should say.
We did a good job containing Feldkamp from Roosevelt. Is that the same type of effort we'll have to have against Tupac Capella?
Oh, for sure. Tupac's a really good football player, and he's gonna give you everything you want all the time.
Tell me about their defense. What will we see there?
Defensively, they're a three-front. They a lot like Roosevelt, maybe not quite as much pressure as Roosevelt brings. Their coverages are a little bit looser than what Roosevelt plays. They tend to play more zone than man. Roosevelt was more of a man team. So they do a little bit of different things that way.
So what can we do well against them offensively?
I think if we just stick to what we've been doing all season and just get our gaps blocked and take care of our routes and make the good reads at the quarterback, I think we'll be fine.
Played a lot of football games already. We lost some kids. We got some kids back. Where are we health-wise right now at this point?
Health-wise, we're okay. We have a couple guys down and a couple guys back. So Flory could potentially be back. I mean, Brandon Smith's playing pretty good right now, so we'll see what we end up with there. Dieterman's still down, and the rest of the guys should be good to go.
So as we go into this game now on Thursday night, what do we have to do well to beat the Washington Warriors?
We just got to play like we've been playing, play really, really hard. And if we play hard and show a ton of effort, I think the game will take care of itself.
Coach's comments brought to you by Dano's Marine. This is the Perkins pregame show on KWAT's coverage of Watertown Arrow football. We'll take a timeout. We'll continue with more from Howard Wood and Sioux Falls in 2 minutes.
Hey there.
Hey there to you.
I'll have the Fab 5, please.
Egg.
Over easy.
Bacon.
Crispy.
Pancakes or toast.
Cakes.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's a really good deal.
Looking for value? Look no further than Perkins' new menu full of all your old favorites, like 3-egg omelets, hearty sandwiches, breakfast combos, and lots more. Only at Perkins.
Everything gonna be okay.
At Daniels Marine in Watertown, they're open for business. There is closeout prices on all remaining 2018 Ranger boats. Check out the low-interest financing, and a small down payment reserves your new Ranger boat, and trade-ins are welcome. Operation Troop Salute offers rebates to military personnel at Daniels Marine. Get a Ranger boat in Mercury Dealer in Watertown, South Dakota on Highway 212, or visit them at danielsmarine.com. That's danielsmarine.com. Daniels Marine in Watertown.
Welcome back to Howard Wood Field in Sioux Falls. It is football playoff action here tonight. They had the flip of the coin. Washington won the toss. They have chosen to defer. Watertown will get the ball to begin this ball game tonight, and we are ready to go. We barely had a chance to get all hooked up in here as we were sharing a booth. Aberdeen played Roosevelt earlier, and so they were in this booth, and they had to move out, and we had to move in and set up all our equipment, but we are set to go. So the live audio and video stream is on our website at gowatertown.net, gowatertown.net for the live audio and video stream, and Nick Bentine's on the streaming camera tonight. I tell you what, the opening game of the season in Mitchell was hot and sweaty. It's as hot tonight for us in this radio booth as it was that opening night at Mitchell. It is unbelievable how hot it is in our radio booth out here tonight. Down temperature-wise, it's in the upper 40s, but in here it's got to be 95. We are set to go with the opening kickoff of this ball game, end over end kick. It's going to drive DeYoung back to the 1. He's straight ahead to the 5, goes left to the 15. He's hit low and short of the 20, brought down around the 17-yard line. where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Watertown Arrows, and they will start at their 17-yard line. Well, they move it out to the 19, so it'll be 1st and 10, Watertown 19-yard line. Starting at quarterback for the Arrows, I believe tonight is again Brandon Smith. Nope, it is not. It is actually starting tonight, Brandon Flory starting at quarterback, number 11. So Brandon Flory in there with 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Brandon taking his first snap in a long time, gives that ball over the left side to his running back, Brett Fossum. Fossum gets a couple of tough yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. So Brandon Flory getting the start. That opening kickoff, by the way, brought to you by Sharp Automotive. They also sponsor our live audio and video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. 2nd down and 7 as Brett Fossum got 3 yards on that carry. The Arrows send 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Wingback right side is Blake Holden. Flory under center or takes the snap. Looks out in the flat, throws it, but bounces it out on the flat. And so it'll be 3rd down for the Watertown Arrows. They will have it 3rd down and 7, and they have the ball back at the 22-yard line. So 3rd down and 7 for the Watertown Arrows at the 22-yard line is where they have the ball. And the Arrows line up with 2 receivers to the left side, a wingback on the left side, and a wide receiver to the right, single coverage out here. On 3rd and 7, Flory takes the snap back to pass, sets. Now he heaves her down the right side out here for Jake Werner. That ball way short and intercepted. And down on one knee was the interceptor, and that was Robert Doherty. So the Arrows have an interception early in this ball game on a ball that was thrown into the breeze and well underthrown, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Washington in Watertown territory at the 46-yard line is where they will have it. They line up with 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Jaden Johansson with Tupac Capello gets the handoff. Tupac goes right and then goes left. He goes forward to the 35. He runs out of bounds around the 33-yard line. That is a gain of 12 for Tupac Capello. Tupac Capello is 86 yards away from being the all-time rushing leader in South Dakota in 11-man football. So now he is 74 yards away from that. He also has 64 touchdowns in his career, 19 this year. 3 receivers to the right, Tupac Capello to the right shoulder of Johansson. Johansson back to pass, sets, throws it out in the flat. He was hit as he threw, or at least his arm was hit. Brett Fossum and Mitchell Lloyd putting some pressure on, and the ball goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Washington. They have the ball at their 37-yard line. Just underway in the first quarter. The Arrows throw an interception early. Washington lines up with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tupac Capello to the right shoulder of his quarterback. He'll take the handoff. Nope, they throw it out in the flat. A soft cushion for the receiver. Jed Anderson, the man who made that reception, and that is enough for a 1st down to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Gain of 14 as the Arrows were playing very soft on Jed Anderson there, the slot man on the right side. He's there again, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation, back to passes. Johansson steps up, a lot of running room now. He'll run right, hit from behind, got away from Matthew Glines, then ran back into Matthew, but still got 6 yards on the scramble, and that will bring up a 2nd down and 4 for Washington already inside the Arrow 15 at the 14-yard line. Washington goes no huddle. They line up with 2 to the left, 1 to the right side. Tupac Capello to the right shoulder of his quarterback, Jaden Johansson. Johansson on 2nd and 4 gives to Tupac. He sidesteps one. Now he goes to the outside. Steps around another. brought down by Blake Holden after a gain of about 4 on the carry for Tupac Capella. 16 yards on the night, 70 to become the all-time rushing leader in 11-man football in South Dakota. First and goal for Washington at the 9-yard line of the Watertown Arrows. 9.5 to go first quarter, no score. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Jaden Johansson has Jet Anderson in motion, gives to Tupac. He runs left, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, bulls his way to the end zone. 9-yard touchdown run by Tupac Capella. And Washington turns an interception into a touchdown. And that is a 6-play, 46-yard drive for Washington. And they get on the board and lead by a score of 6-0 with 9:23 to go in the opening quarter. Point after attempt here. Snap is high, sets down, kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 9:23 to go opening quarter, 7-0 Warriors. They'll kick to the Arrows in 30.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
So that goes in the books as a 6-play, 46-yard drive for Sioux Falls, Washington. Tupac Capella, 3 carries for 23 yards on that particular drive. So the Warriors lead the Arrows by a score of 14-0 here. And they will kick off 7-0, and they will kick off one more time here to the Watertown Arrows. 9:23 to go in the opening quarter, 7-0 Washington on top. Back deep, DeYoung and Werner for the Watertown Arrows. Washington kicks off from the 40, end-over-end kick. It's going to drive Jake into the end zone. That's an automatic touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Watertown Arrows at their 20-yard line is where they will start their second possession. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 9:23 to go in the first quarter. Watertown turning it over on their first possession. As they are going into the wind, Brandon Flory tried to throw a pass down the right side to Jake Werner, but it just kind of floated in the wind and it was picked off. And so it'll be second possession for the Arrows now, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Flory in at quarterback has Schmidt wide to the left side. Slot on the left side is Blake Holden. Jake Werner wide to the right. Slot on the right is Faulkner. 1st and 10, 34 defense. Brandon takes the snap, gives to Fossum, gets through the first surge. Nice gain for Brett Fossum as he gets near the 29-yard line. A gain of 9 for Brett brings up a 2nd down and 1 for the Watertown Arrows, and they have the ball at the 29-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Watertown. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left as well. Flory, shotgun formation with Fossum behind him, takes the snap. He's going to give to Brett. Brett bounces to the right, steps to the outside. Good hard running by Brett Fossum. He'll gain 5-6 yards out to the 34-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Watertown from that point, the 46-yard line or 36-yard line. Check that. They put it at the 34-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, a 6-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the Arrows at the 34. They line up with Schmidt wide to the left side. 2 receivers short side, wing back on the left side. Flory has man in motion, Evan Faulkner. He'll get the handoff, tries to get to the outside, turns the corner. Evan going to get across the 35 to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Looks like it's going to be the 37-yard line, though, where they put the ball down. It'll be a gain of 3 for Evan Faulkner and bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Watertown Arrows. 8 minutes to go first quarter, 7-0 Washington as they turned an Arrow interception into 7 points. Schmidt wide to the left side. Parker's out there. Wide to the near side is Jake Werner. Slot on this side is Faulkner. Blake Holden is the wingback on the left side. 34 defensive look. Faulkner in motion. The give is to Fossum. He sidesteps one tackle, falls forward for maybe a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Watertown Arrows. They have the ball at the 39-yard line. Washington plays a 34 defense. Ben Bartling, 210, is the nose guard. The ends are Adam Derland and Peyton Newsman. They're both around 260, 265. And all solid linebackers, 180 to 205 are their 4 linebackers. 3rd down and 5 for the Watertown Arrows, as they have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Flory on 3rd and 5. Brandon takes the snap, sets his feet, flips it out in the flat. Got it to Fossum, needs a block. Got one, got hit hard as he tried to get out of bounds. And he really got popped hard over there by Nate Freeze. Looks like he's going to be just short of the 1st down. A gain of 5, and he needed 6. So it'll be 4th down and very short. And instead of going for it at the 44, the Arrows send the punt team out on the field. Good play by Nate Freeze, the strong safety, 185-pound senior, was able to get Fossum before he got to the 1st down marker. Blake Holden is ready to punt the ball. The Arrows were short a player, and Chase Anderson gets out onto the field. Blake stands at his 30-yard line, awaits the snap from center. Movement on the right side, no flags come out. Blake's punt into the wind is going to be fair caught at the 30-yard line, and Washington will start there. 1st and 10 at their 30-yard line is where they will have the ball. We have 6:46 to go in the opening quarter. It is a 7-0 Sioux Falls, Washington lead. They put it down at the 31-yard line. Winner of this game tonight takes on number 1 seed Sioux Falls Roosevelt next Friday night. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Tupac Capella to the right shoulder of his quarterback, Jaden Johansson. Johansson takes the snap. He wants to pitch it, keeps it instead. He'll get to the 35 and be pounded down there. A gain of 4 on the play for Jaden Johansson. He comes up limping as he got hit hard, and he comes up limping badly back to the huddle, looks at the sideline, bends kind of his right leg, his right knee. 2nd down and 6 for Washington at their 35-yard line. Tupac to his right shoulder, takes the snap, gives to Tupac. He bounces to the outside. He's at the 40, waits for a block to the 45. He'll be pushed out of bounds by DeYoung, but not before he gains 13 yards on the carry for Tupac Capella. And he is up to 36 yards rushing in this ball game already. 1st and 10, Washington, 48-yard line is where they have it. 2 receivers go wide to the right, 1 to the near side, short side. Tupac Capella to the right shoulder of Jaden Johansson. On 1st and 10, 48. Blitz coming up the middle. Now Blake drops off. Flipped out in the flat again. Very soft coverage on Jed Anderson. He falls down after a gain of 8 on the play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 2 as Jed Anderson made the catch. 180 and a senior slot receiver. 2nd down and 2 at the Arrow 44. Jaden Johansson sees a lot of men at the line of scrimmage, gives it to Tupac. He goes over the right side, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. He's down to the 31-yard line. That is a gain of 13 on the carry for Tupac Capella. So he is already at 49 yards in this 1st quarter. 5.5 to go, 7-0 Washington lead. They have it 1st and 10 at the Arrow 31. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Man in motion is Jed Anderson. Fake handoff, ball's on the ground. Diving on that ball was the quarterback, Jaden Johansson. That'll be a loss of 5 on the play, bring up a 2nd down and 15. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 1st quarter, 7-0 Washington. They line up with 2 receivers to the left side. They have 1 to the right side, Gabe Pearson. Second down and 15 from the 36. Snap and give to Tupac Capella. Waits for a block, then bursts forward inside the 30, down around the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on the carry. Brings up a third down and 7 for Washington. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Tupac to the right shoulder of Johansson. Gets the handoff again, hit this time, brought down short of the first down. Making the play was Brett Fossum. Chase Anderson around the ball as well. A gain of a couple of yards for Tupac Capella. And that brings up a 4th down and 5 for Sioux Falls, Washington. They will go for it on 4th and 5. The Arrows have an injured player trying to get off the field, Nick Geffrey, and he does, and then goes down once he gets over there. Nick also the starting center. So 4th and 5, Washington going for it at the 26-yard line of Watertown. Jaden Johansson back to pass, pressured, now rolls to his left, looks downfield. He's going to be hit as he throws. He goes out of bounds. The ball goes out of bounds. The Arrows defended that well. Incomplete pass over on downs, and the Arrows will take over 1st and 10 at their 26-yard line. So good defensive effort there by the Watertown Arrows. 1st and 10, Watertown at their 26-yard line. 3:47 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Washington lead. They intercepted a pass on Watertown's first possession. Robert Doherty got that interception, and he gave good field position to Washington. They went 6 plays, 46 yards for the score. The Arrows line up with 2 to the left, 2 to the right. The clock is down to 5 seconds. They got to hurry. Down to 2, down to 1. Got it off just in time. Flip out in the flat to Parker Schmidt. The blocker blocked the defender right into Parker Schmidt, and that's going to be a loss of 5 on a completed pass. Brings up a 2nd down and 15 for Watertown as the ball goes back, loss of 4. 2nd down and 14 from back at the 22-yard line. The Arrows have 2 receivers either way. Brandon Flory at quarterback with a running back behind him. 34D, looks like a blitz coming right side. Brandon takes the snap, the blitz comes. Throws it out in the flat, got his man Evan Faulkner at the 30. Evan corralled right there. It's a gain of 7 on the pass completion. Gain of 7 will bring up a 3rd down and 7 for the Watertown Arrows. The ball at their 30-yard line. Schmidt and Blake Holden wide left. Jake Werner and Evan Faulkner wide right. Flory shotgun with Brett Fossum behind him. This time 2 down linemen and 2 DNs are standing up. Snap, back to passes. Flory rolls to his right, looks downfield. Nobody moves, and coming up to make a play and bring him down on the play was that defensive end on the left side over here. And that was Randolph Kapai who came in and made the stop. It'll be a loss back to the 27, a loss of 4 on the play, and brings up a 4th down and 8 for the Watertown Arrows. And Blake Holden once again will have to punt. The wind not terribly strong, but enough from the south, and Blake has to punt into that wind. Blake awaits the snap. It's low, gets the punt away into the wind. Fair catch called for and taken at the 48-yard line. So after the punt, Washington dealing with good field position once again. Their possessions have started on the Arrows' 46, on their 31, and now on their 48. And the Arrows can't give them short field all night like this. 7-0 Washington, 1:47 to go in the first quarter. Warriors send trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Tupac Capella to the right shoulder of the quarterback, Jaden Johansson. Johansson takes the snap, back to pass, flips it out in the flat, got it to Person. Person slipped, penalty flag flies. It's a gain to the 42, which would be very close to the first down, but a flag down at the 50-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be a holding or an illegal block of some sort. The official steps out to make the call, and he will say illegal receiver downfield is what the call is. So they'll step that off, a penalty of 5 yards against Washington. And it'll bring up a 1st down and 15 for Washington back at their 43-yard line as a big lineman got downfield too quickly. Washington sends 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tupac Capella to the left shoulder of his quarterback, Jaden Johansson. 1st and 15. Johansson gives to Tupac. Cuts upfield, now cuts back. A lot of running room. 45-40, 35-30, 20, 15. Caught by the ankles down at the 5-yard line. That will be a gain of 45 of 52 yards for Tupac Capella. And he is the all-time leading rusher in 11-man football in the state of South Dakota with that run right there. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line for Sioux Falls, Washington. Washington with a receiver either way, 2 tight ends, running back to the right shoulder of Johansson. Tupac gets the handoff. He bounces off the first tackle, and then Blake Holden gets him and throws him down out of bounds. Gain of a couple of yards on the play for Tupac Capella. He ran into the pile, then reversed, came out, broke a tackle, and then Blake got a hold of him, threw him down after a gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver either side. Tupac Capella to the right shoulder of Johansson. Snap, give, nope, throw the slant, touchdown for Sioux Falls, Washington. And that catch made by Pearson. Pearson with the reception, Gabe Pearson on the slant. And that is a touchdown of 4 yards with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter, and Washington leads 13-0. They will try to tack on a point after here. Goes in the books as a 3-play, 48-yard drive. Snap is high, sets down, kick is up, and it is good. 1 minute to go first quarter, 14-0 Warriors. They'll kick to the Arrows in 30 seconds.
Brian's Glass is a proud supporter of high school athletics and wishes all of the Watertown Arrows athletes good luck during the year. Brian's Glass can assist you with commercial and residential glass needs and is also able to assist you with your windshield needs. For all of your glass needs, contact Brian's Glass at 886-5328. That's Brian's Glass, 886-5328. And go Arrows.
That's a 3-play, 52-yard drive. There was a penalty in the drive. Tupac Capella rushed it twice for 53 yards. First possession, he had 23. Then he had 36 for 58. And so he's over 100 yards rushing already in the first quarter. And Washington leads it by a score of 14-0. Warriors will kick to the Arrows. Jake Werner and Adam DeYoung back deep. And the ball is a line drive kick. It's going to bound and go through Adam DeYoung and Jake Werner. Neither looked like they really wanted to try to field that ball. And it went between them into the end zone, and the Arrows will start 1st and 10 once again at their 20-yard line. So 1 minute to go in the first quarter, 14-0 Washington on top. They scored on a 6-play, 46-yard drive. They scored on a 3-play, 52-yard drive as well. So the Arrows have it 1st and 10 at their 20. They have 2 receivers either side. Brandon Flory, man in motion left to right. He's going to give it to Fossum. Fossum steps through the first surge, falls forward for maybe 3 yards on the carry. See where they put it down. A gain of 2 on the carry for Brett Fossum. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Arrows from their 22. Washington playing that 34 defense, a nose guard, 2 ends, 4 linebackers, and 4 D-backs. Arrows send 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Flory on 2nd down and 8 awaits the snap. Gets a low snap, sets his feet, tries to throw it, throws it out in the flat, got it to Parker Schmidt. Parker tried to step around one, couldn't do so. He'll get out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 on the pass completion. Parker kept fighting, but didn't go forward any further than that. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 as we end the first quarter of play. First quarter's over. Washington 14, Watertown nothing. Second quarter comes your way in 1 minute. Where do you get free popcorn and ice with the purchase? Dutch Boy Soft Cloth Car Wash and Gas Station in Watertown. Fill up your vehicle with diesel or gas. Receive $1 off your Dutch Boy Soft Cloth Car Wash. And car wash certificates never expire. For diesel, gas, and a great car wash, get to Dutch Boy on East 212 in Watertown.
Clean up your ass. Do it today. Do it the Dutch Boy Car Wash way.
It's a 3-day sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee in Watertown. That's Smart Bananas, 29 cents a pound. Hy-Vee white milk, half gallon, 77 cents. An 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve boneless beef New York strip steaks, $3.99 each. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
Sioux Falls, Washington with a couple of touchdowns in that first quarter. They had 138 yards of offense. Most of that, Tupac Capella rushed for over 100. The Arrows had 34 yards of offense in that first quarter. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 now for the Arrows. 28-yard line going the other direction right now. Brandon Flory awaits the snap, takes the snap, flips it across the middle to Blake Holden. Blake across the 40, Blake to the 45. Blake battles his way to the 48-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 20 on just almost a old Tim Tebow jump pass there from Flory to Blake Holden, and the Arrows get 20, and it's 1st down and 10 for Watertown at the 48-yard line. Might have to start taking off more clothes. It's so hot in here. Whew. 1st and 10, Arrows, 48-yard line. Flory has 2 either side, awaits the snap, takes the snap, pulls it, nope, gives it to his running back, Fossum. And one of the nose guard, Ben Bartling, got through there and made the stop on the play to Brett Fossum. It'll be a loss of 2 for the Watertown Arrows. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 for Watertown. The ball back their 46-yard line. Just underway in the second quarter. Arrows trail 14-0. 2 receivers either way for Brandon Flory. Flory awaits the snap from center. Gets the snap, back to pass, sets, throws across the middle, got his man. Good ball. Hit immediately. It'll be a gain of 11 to Brett Faulkner. Or Evan Faulkner, excuse me. And a gain of 11 brings up a 3rd down and 1 for Watertown at the 43-yard line. Schmidt comes left, Blake Holden left. Wide right is Jake Werner and Evan Faulkner. 3rd down and 1 for the Arrows. 43 defensive look now. In man in motion goes Blake Holden. Fake to Blake. Give to Fossum. He runs hard and gets the 1st down. One thing about Brett, you don't ever have to worry about him running hard, as he really runs hard, and he did a nice job. Got 5 there and an Arrow 1st down. 1st and 10, Arrows 38-yard line. 10:19 to go first half. 14-0 in favor of Washington. Arrows play number 7 of this drive that started on their 20. 1st and 10 at Washington's 38. Man in motion is Evan Faulkner. Gets the handoff. Cuts upfield this time. Nicely done by Evan down to the 32-yard line. Gain of 6 on the carry for Evan. He tried to go wide the first time and ran into the defense out there. That time he cut it upfield and got upfield quick and gained 7 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 3 for the Arrows, 32-yard line of Washington. 2 receivers either side. Brandon awaits the snap, takes it. Flips it out in the flat. Got his man nicely to Evan Faulkner. A lead pass as well. So Evan able to gain yards from the 32 to the 27, or the 22, a gain of 10 on the play. Good job by Brandon Flory to lead Evan that time. He made the catch and made 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 Arrows, 22-yard line of Sioux Falls, Washington. 9:20 to go in the first half, 14-0 Warriors. 2 receivers either way for Watertown. Ball on the right hash mark. Brandon takes the snap, gives to Fossum. He bounces to the right side, tries to cut it outside. Again, runs hard. Nice job again by Brett to get 5 yards out of what appeared to be nothing. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Arrows. The ball down around the 17-yard line of Sioux Falls, Washington. Ball on the right hash mark as the Arrows are heading north. Schmidt wide to the left side, joined out here by Blake Holden. Wide to the right side is Warner. Slot on the right side is Evan Faulkner. Long time getting this play in. The clock down to 10, under 10 now. Shotgun for Brandon Flory. Brandon awaits the snap, takes the snap, flips it out in the flat, got it to Parker Schmidt, but Parker kind of turned to run before he caught it, and the ball incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Watertown Arrows down around the 17-yard line. Washington shifting in defensive players. Extra D back now. 8:21 to go in the first half. It is a 14-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. The Arrows have 2 receivers either way. Blitz coming from the left side on Brandon. Takes the snap. Flip out in the flat. Evan couldn't get it with one hand. Don't know that he would have had a chance to make a first down. Good pressure up the middle coming against the Arrows that time. Brandon had to flip that ball quick. He threw it out there. Evan tried to grab it with the left hand, but it was high, and he would not. He was at the line of scrimmage at that point, and there were several Warriors closing on him quick. So Rumps is going to try a field goal from the right hash mark, and this will be a 36-yard field goal try. The Arrows drive started on their 20. They ran 11 plays. Snap's good, sets down, kick is up. It's got plenty of leg, but it goes wide to the right side. 8:13 to go first quarter, 14-0 Washington. We'll continue with more in 30 seconds.
Great Western Bank has been helping farmers for generations. They're committed to the agricultural community. And whether you need short-term financing for a new opportunity or extra capital for equipment, Great Western Bank has the products to fit your needs. Their ag bankers establish long-lasting relationships to really understand their customers. Contact an ag banker in Watertown today. Great Western Bank, making life great. Member FDIC.
On first down, Tupac Capella gains 14 yards over the left side. They just announced he had 116 yards rushing in the first quarter, and he is the all-time rushing leader in 11-man football in the state of South Dakota. He'll get another handoff and run left, spin to the outside, caught. Blake brings him down. A gain of only a yard or so on the play that time for Tupac Capella. So it'll be 2nd down, give him 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Washington. They have the ball at the 36-yard line, their own, leading 14-0 with 7.5 to go in the first half of play. They'll send 2 receivers to the left side, one way wide to the right side. Arrows have 2, 4, 6, 7 men on the line. Now drop them off. Johansson with the blitz. Gets the ball out, got it to his tight end that time. And his tight end made the reception, Jacob Smith. He was covered by DeYoung. It'll be a gain of 4 on the pass completion. And brings up a 3rd down and 4 for Washington at their 40-yard line. Jacob Smith, the tight end, that time got the ball. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for Washington at the 40-yard line. They send 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the near side. Ball squarely in the middle of the field. Tupac to the left shoulder of Johansson. Johansson back to pass. Pump fakes, throws across the middle. Making nice catch on the play that time again was the tight end. DeYoung was there, but the tight end able to make that reception, and that was a gain of 14 and a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Washington. They have the ball at the 47-yard line of the Watertown Arrows. They lead 14-0 with 6.5 to go in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Tupac Capella to the left shoulder of Johansson. Snap and give to Tupac. He's hit immediately. He'll fall forward for maybe a yard. If you're just joining us on KWSN, we appreciate being able to broadcast there as well. Tupac Capella already over 100 yards and the all-time rushing leader in the state of South Dakota in 11-man football now. He needed 86. He got 116 in the first quarter. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Washington at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Johansson takes the snap. Play action, back to pass. Sets across the middle. Ball high for the underneath receiver and a little bit low for the deeper receiver. Kind of right in between them, goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Washington scored on a 6-play, 46-yard drive after a interception thrown by the Arrows. Tupac got a 9-yard touchdown run. Then they scored on a 3-play, 52-yard drive. It was a 4-yard touchdown slant. They lead 14-0. Trips left this time for Washington. 1 receiver to the right. Capella to the left shoulder of Johansson on 3rd and 9. Arrows show blitz. They drop off. Johansson back to pass. Flips it down the right sideline. Good timing pattern. Good catch by Pearson. That'll be a gain on the play. Enough for the first down. It'll be a 15-yard gain and 1st and 10 for Washington. Parker Schmidt was the man on the coverage, but that was a timing pass and a good cut by Pearson and a good throw by Johansson. 1st and 10, Washington Arrow 34. They line up with 2 receivers wide side, 1 to the near side. They'll give it to Tupac Capella here. Nope, pulled out by the quarterback, Johansson. He goes down the right sideline, steps out of bounds at the 11-yard line. That's a 23-yard gain by Johansson. It'll be 1st and 10 for Washington at the 11-yard line. Johansson faked the handoff that time to Tupac Capella. He was surrounded by white-shirted Arrows, and then Johansson took it 23 yards. 1st and 10, Washington at the Arrow 11. Johansson takes the snap. This time he gives to Tupac Capella. He gets caught from behind by Mitchell Lloyd, and he'll lose a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11 for Washington at the 12-yard line of the Arrows. They lead 14-0 with 5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Warriors line up 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Tight end on the left side is Jacob Smith. Tupac Capella to the right shoulder of his quarterback. Snap. And quarterback Johansson pulls it out. He outruns the Arrow linebacker. And that was Isaac Shaw who was giving chase, but he outran Isaac and takes it in from 12 yards out for the score with 4:49 to go in the first half. And Washington goes on top by a score of 20-0. That is a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10-play, 80-yard drive by the Warriors. They will try to tack on a point after. Snap is good, set is down, kick is blocked, and it was blocked by the Arrows. Turback got in there and blocked it for the Watertown Arrows. So with 4:49 to go in the first half, it's 20-0 Washington. We'll continue with more in 30.
If you're looking for something fantastic to eat today, why not try out the Dairy Queen on Highway 212 in Watertown? If you love chicken, you got to have that chicken strip basket. It comes with Texas toast, country gravy, and French fries. And the Dairy Queen of Watertown is currently looking for help. If you're currently looking for a job, the DQ has all shifts available. Simply apply in person at the Dairy Queen on Highway 212 in Watertown.
10-play, 80-yard drive for Sioux Falls, Washington. And it was 12 yards for Jaden Johansson. 4:49 to go in the first half. It is a 20-0 lead for the Washington Warriors, and they will kick off this time into the wind, so the Arrows may get a return here with DeYoung or Jake Werner. Nate Freese will kick the ball at the 40-yard line for the Washington Warriors. And he approaches the ball. It's a squib kick. It's a free ball around the 30, picked up by an Arrow there, and then he falls down on the ground. It was Max Robel who recovered the ball. He gets to the 31, so the Arrows will start 1st and 10, 31-yard line. Their last drive, the Arrows were able to move the ball. They moved it 11 plays, but failed on a 36-yard field goal try. So it'll be 1st and 10 Arrows, 31-yard line is where they will have it. 4:46 to go first half, 20-0 Washington on top. The Arrows send Jake Werner wide to the left side, 2 receivers right, Blake Holden wingback tight end on the right side. Brandon Flory on 1st down 31. Brandon takes the snap, flips it out on the inside screen, got it to Parker Schmidt. Parker goes forward for a gain of 7 on the pass completion. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 for Watertown. The ball out at the 38-yard line, their own. Arrows go no huddle, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Blake Holden lines up as a wingback tight end on the right side. 2nd down and 3. Brandon takes the snap, pump fakes, pressured, hit. Throws it away, and no flags come out as their Parker Schmidt was close to the play, so they do not call it intentional grounding. And it'll be 3rd down and 3 for Watertown at the 38-yard line. Clock should stop. It's running for some reason. On an incomplete pass, the clock should stop, and there it just did at 3:53. Ran about 10 seconds off. Maybe more than that. 3rd down and 3, 38-yard line for the Arrows. Trips right, 1 to the left. Brett Fossum behind the quarterback. Man in motion is Evan Faulkner. Throw out in the right flat. Ball knocked away defensively. Good coverage out there by Zaki Ledoux. Knocked the ball away from Parker Schmidt, incomplete. Parker had inside position, but Ledoux was able to reach around and knock that ball out, and the Arrows will be forced to punt. So it'll be 4th down and 3 for Watertown. 38-yard line is where they have it. Blake Holden steps inside his 25 for this punt. Blake awaits the snap, gets a good one. Good rush up the middle, nice high, booming punt. Fair catch going to be called for and taken. The ball dropped. And Jed Anderson gets a fair catch at the 20-yard line. He dropped it and then looked like he was going to take off running with it, but he had called a fair catch, so he had to cover it. And they'll take it back at the 18-yard line where he did carry. He initially had it and dropped it at the 20. It went back a couple of yards. He picked it up there. So it'll be 1st and 10 Washington at their 18-yard line. 3:39 to go in the first half. 20-0 Warriors on top. They line up with a wide receiver to the right side, wide side, 2 to the left side. Tupac Capella to the left shoulder of his quarterback, Jaden Johansson. Johansson awaits the snap on 1st down, takes it. He'll pull it out again and run straight ahead as the Arrows were all over Tupac. Johansson takes it out to the 30. That's a gain of 12 on the carry for Jaden Johansson. In his career, he's rushed the ball a lot as well. And has got a lot of yards, not nearly obviously what Tupac has gotten, but Jaden Johansson can run the ball as well. 1st and 10, Washington 29. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side. Capella to the left shoulder of his quarterback. 1st and 10, 29. Johansson play action, back to pass, flips it down the right side, got his man out there, reception made, and then Faulkner brings him down. That is a gain of 10, 20, 25, 27 yards on the pass completion. And it'll be 1st and 10 Washington. That ball hauled in by Tyus Hansen. Snap give to Capella. He goes left, cuts back to the right. He's grabbed there by the Arrows and tossed down on the play. Making the stop was Jordan Jorgensen, but a gain of 5 on the carry for Tupac Capella. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Washington. They have it at the Arrow 38-yard line with 2:40 to go first half. They lead 20-0. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Capella, left shoulder of the quarterback. Jaden Johansson on 2nd and 5. Takes the snap. He'll pull it out. He'll go to the 35. Cuts to the outside 30 and brought down by Evan Falconer. That'll be a gain on the play of 12 and a first down. 1st and 10 for Washington at the Arrow 28. They've moved it from the 18 to the Arrow 28 that quickly. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Capella, right shoulder of his quarterback. Ball on the right hash mark. 1st and 10. Johansson pulls it out again. He's got running room towards the end zone. DeYoung's going to push him out just shy of the end zone. It'll be a gain on the play to the 2-yard line. So it'll be a 26-yard run for Johansson as the Arrows really keying on Tupac Capella. Johansson pulling it out, and he has a lot of running room. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2 for the Washington Warriors. First and goal at the 2 for Washington as they get the play call from the sideline. They line up with 2 receivers either way, and now they're going to have to take a timeout. 2:05 to go first half. Washington leads 20-0. We'll continue with more in 30 seconds.
At Prairie Lakes, the collaboration and dedication of our talented team of healthcare professionals allows us to offer the specialty services of a major medical center while still providing personalized treatment right here at home. We are proud to be your regional leader, but more than that, we are proud to be your choice for quality healthcare. Prairie Lakes Healthcare System.
Your health, our mission.
So Washington leading by a score of 20-0 over the Watertown Arrows. They scored on a 6-play, 46-yard drive. They scored on a 3-play, 52-yard drive. They scored on a 10-play, 80-yard drive. And right now they are coming up on play number 6 of this drive that started on their 18-yard line. 2:05 to go first half. Washington leading 20-0, and they have it 1st and goal at the Arrow 2. They will line up with 3 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. Jaden Johansson with Tupac Capella to his left shoulder. He's in shotgun formation around the 8-yard line. Ball on the 2. Jaden awaits the snap. Takes it back to pass. Sets his feet. Throws it underneath. Ball caught. Touchdown. And that is a 2-yard touchdown pass to Tyson Hansen. With 2 minutes to go here in the first half, that makes it a 26-0 lead, and Washington will go for a 2-point conversion here as they missed on their last 1-point conversion try. So they'll go for 2. They send 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Johansson, shotgun formation, Capella to his right shoulder. Man in motion, now sets. Takes the snap, back to pass, looks across the middle, throws it underneath. 2-point conversion is completed, and that was to Brennan Tornow, who made the reception. 2 minutes to go in the half, 28-0 Washington. They'll kick when we come back in 30.
This is Dustin with Active Heating. Participation in extracurricular activities helps develop the skills necessary for tomorrow's leaders. Active Heating is always striving to be the best, just like the Arrows. Knowledge, trust, communication, and a relentless pursuit of a common goal are what make the Watertown Arrows and our team at Active Heating so great. Thanks, Arrows, for your hard work and determination, and for getting active in our school and community.
6-play, 82-yard drive that time for Washington. And it was a 2-yard touchdown pass. And the Washington Warriors lead by a score of 28-0 over the Watertown Arrows. And we have 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. Washington to kick off to the Arrows. Back deep, DeYoung and Jake Werner. Freeze kicks a squib kick. Falling on it at the 35-yard line was Isaac Shawd. And the Arrows will take over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. So the Arrows trail 28-0 with 1:59 to go in the first half of play. And Watertown has it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The Arrows line up with Parker Schmidt to the right side, Faulkner to the right side. Wide to the near side comes Jake Werner. He's joined out here by Dawson Schmidt. Shotgun for Flory, 33 defensive look with 5 defensive backs now. Flory gives to Fossum. He bounces to the outside, stiff arm, then tries to put on a move, but he'll get maybe 3 yards on the carry, Brett does. Brings up a 2nd down and 7 for the Arrows as a whole bunch of black shirts on pile off of Brett. 1.5 to go in the first half. 2nd down and 7, 38-yard line is where the ball is. Flory has 2 either way, shotgun formation. 33 defensive look with 5 D-backs. Flory pressured, hit as he throws, goes deep. Ball knocked away from Evan Faulkner. Can't tell who was on the coverage. Freddie Frederick, I believe. It was Freddie Frederick who knocked that ball away. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Arrows. The ball at the 38.5-yard line. Again, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs for Washington. The Arrows have 4 receivers. Blitz coming, all-out blitz. Flory hit as he throws. The ball is incomplete as he was hit hard from behind as he went to throw that ball, and it went incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 7 for the Watertown Arrows. The ball at their 38, and they'll be forced to punt once again. Washington came with an all-out blitz that time, and the Arrows couldn't pick them up, and Flory got blasted from behind. And as he was throwing the ball, that forced the ball to go into the back of an offensive lineman, incomplete. Blake awaits the snap from center. Blake gets a good snap. Punt is away. Nice, high, booming punt. Fair catch called for and taken back at the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Washington. They'll start this drive on their 22. They have 1:08 to go in the first half. They lead 28-0, and they have 2 timeouts remaining. Pearson goes wide to the right side. They've got a receiver to the right side, a wingback on the right side as well. Johansson with Tupac Capea beside him, gives it to Tupac. He bounces outside 25, steps out of bounds around the 29-yard line. Gain of 7 on the carry for Tupac Capea. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 for the Arrows, for Washington, at the 29-yard line, their own. 1 receiver wide left. 1 receiver wide right, wingback on the right side. Ball on the right hash mark. Johansson takes the snap, play action. Flips it out in the flat. Making the catch was Pearson. He runs out of bounds. At the 30-yard line, a gain of 6 on the pass completion. It's enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10, Washington at their 35. 58 seconds to go in the first half. Washington leading by a 28-0 score. They have it 1st and 10 at their 35. 3 receivers to the right side. 1 receiver to the left. Capella, left shoulder of the quarterback, Jaden Johansson. Takes the snap, play action, back to pass, across the middle, ball tipped as it was in the hands of Hunter Cordell. Hunter had it go through his hands, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Washington at their 35-yard line. Hunter underneath, jumped up, had the ball in his hands, and just couldn't hang on. It goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Washington at their 35. Trips right, one receiver to the left side for the Warriors. Tupac Capella now will split out, so 5 receivers, empty backfield. 2nd down and 10. Johansson back to pass, flips it out in the flat to Jet Anderson. He's grabbed by Mitchell Lloyd. Short gain for Jet Anderson of maybe 3. And Washington takes a timeout. 44 to go in the first half. 28-0 Washington. They take a timeout. We'll come back in 30.
Avanti Federal Credit Union's a proud supporter of the Watertown Arrows, and what sets the Arrows apart is the commitment, loyalty, and hard work displayed throughout the sports season. Just like Avanti Federal Credit Union, serving you with the same level of commitment for 65 years, striving to offer you the best, whether it's your next loan at a competitive rate or a savings account, earning the best interest available. Avanti Federal Credit Union, 1620 4th Street Northeast, North Highway 81, 882-2357. Committed to you, and they'll work hard for you.
So Washington takes a timeout with 44 seconds remaining. They lead 28-0. They have 1 timeout remaining. They have it 3rd down and 9 at the 36-yard line of the Washington Warriors. They line up with 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Johansson on 3rd down and 9. Takes the snap, pulls it out, comes right, sidesteps one, and then brought down on the play. Good open field tackle by Hunter Cordell. He was able to sidestep Tyler Dean, but then Hunter Cordell got a hold of him and brought him down. Gain of only a yard on the play for Johansson, and Washington takes their final timeout of the first half of play. So we have a 4th down and 8 coming up for Washington when we come back in 30 seconds.
Clausen & Sons Construction will have the same great service that you've come to expect. Ken, Chad, and Jeremy can help you with your residential, farm, and business construction. There's no job too big or too small. Whether it's clearing, grading, site preparation, gravel hauling, road rebuilding, or lagoons, they can get the job done. They sell gravel, crushed concrete, recycled asphalt, and landscape rock. Clausen & Sons Construction have appreciated your business and look forward to working with you in 2018. Call 882-3735 today. That's Clausen & Sons Construction in Watertown.
35 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. Washington 28, Watertown nothing. Maybe Watertown now. I guess Watertown took that time out. Washington's punter stands back at his 21-yard line. See if they're actually going to punt the ball. He awaits the snap. Snaps soft. He runs to his right, gets a line drive, end-over-end punt away. It's going to roll inside the 40 and down at the 36-yard line. So kind of like they say the rugby-style punt, where he grabbed the ball, ran to his right, and then finally punted the ball. And the Arrows will have it for the 7th time in the first half, and they will have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. 26 seconds to go first half. It is 28-0 in favor of Washington. And the Arrows have it 1st and 10 at their 36. See what the Warriors run defensively. Looks like they're going to stay with 5 defensive backs. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs for Washington. The Arrows have 2 receivers either side. Brandon takes the snap back to pass, sets, throws it out on the right side. He overshoots Parker Schmidt. Parker was wide open underneath out there as Washington was playing kind of a zone defense. And he was open underneath, but that ball thrown high and out of bounds by Brandon Flory. So it'll be 2nd and 10, Arrows, 36. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. 2 corners and 3 safeties. Flory back to pass, sets, throws it out in the flat, got his man. Evan Faulkner made the catch, and a timeout taken by Watertown after he made the catch. It's a gain of 7 on the pass completion to Evan. Timeout taken on the field by the Arrows. 13 seconds to go in the first half. 28-0 Washington. We'll take a timeout, come back in 30.
Are you ready for some good food and you want it fast? Head to the Roadhouse Cafe at the Prairie Stop in Watertown, where breakfast is served all day. Enjoy this great special: 2 eggs and hash browns, just $4.49. They also have a chicken ranch melt with choice of sides for $7.99. Take advantage of the express line, and they have many lunch specials daily. It's the Roadhouse Cafe at the Prairie Stop at the corner of Highway 20 and 212 in Watertown.
13 seconds to go in the first half. It is a 28-0 lead for Washington. The Arrows have a 3rd down and 3. They have it at the 43-yard line. Arrows with 2 receivers either side, running back behind the quarterback. Flory on 3rd down and 3 takes the snap, sets his feet, now steps up, throws it deep. It's going to be intercepted. Blake Holden grabs the interceptor, though, and throws him down as Tavian Shaw got the interception on the play. And then Blake got a hold of him and tossed him down at the 37-yard line. So Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their 37-yard line. 4 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Looks like they're just going to snap the ball and take a knee. Jaden Johansson under center does that, and that's how the first half ends. First half is over. Sioux Falls, Washington, 28, Watertown, 0. You're listening to the Arrows on KWAT. Live audio and video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. Let's take a 3-minute timeout.
You'll always find the latest trends in floor covering at Hometown Building Center. From natural tile and stone to timeless hardwoods and luxurious carpets, the floor covering professionals at Hometown are ready to help. Stop in and let them help you select the floor covering that best suits your needs and your lifestyle. They will also schedule the installation by one of our qualified installers. Hometown Building Center, South Highway 20 in Watertown.
It's not too early to be thinking about the tires on your current vehicle and whether they'll make it through the upcoming South Dakota winter. Sharps has a great selection of tires for your vehicle, and right now some great offers. Get up to $200 back when you purchase select tires from Sharps. Plus, remember the Sharps low price tire guarantee. Sharps will not be undersold on tires, so get your vehicle ready for winter with tires from the dealer you can count on. Sharps in Watertown.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Boys, this halftime score is not indicative of our talent level. We're a lot closer than I thought we'd be, and old coach has just the thing to get us over the hump. Street tacos from Taco John's. You can get them with chicken or new sirloin steak or pork carnitas. That's a triple option of awesomeness. Let's go get some.
Get 3 street tacos for just $5 at Taco John's.
Hustle up, boys. If we leave now, we can be back for the fourth quarter.
Olay the Day at Taco John's.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan requires more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guide you every step of the way to help you make sure the future you imagine becomes the future you achieve. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Contact Bill Keller, Taylor, or Tyson Zemlicka in the Watertown office of Northwestern Mutual.
The Ramkota Hotel is the perfect hotel to stay at while visiting.
That's all right. Thank you.
It's the only full-service hotel property in Watertown. Minerva is also provided for your convenience at the Ramkota. While staying at the hotel, guests can enjoy an indoor heated pool, hot tub, exercise facility, cocktail lounge, business center, and full-service meeting and banquet facilities, accommodating up to 1,600. Call today to find out more. The Ramkota, 886-8011.
At Qdoba, we think you should be free to explore the boundaries of flavor. Rule your burrito with a guacamole fist if you like. Throw down any of our tantalizing quesos. If you want tortilla soup on everything, go for it. We're not going to stop you. Because at Qdoba, every order
I was
comes
throwing
with
it to
a
you.
heaping side of flavor freedom.
Qdoba in Watertown, just north of Walmart.
This is the Van Laken Orthodontics halftime show, creating beautiful, confident smiles for your entire family. 28-0, Washington on top here at halftime. Here's how things went in the first half. Washington won the toss and deferred. The Arrows took over 1st and 10 at their 19-yard line. They gained 3, threw an incomplete pass, and then threw an interception. The ball was intercepted by Robert Doherty, and Washington was in business at the Arrow 46. 6-play, 46-yard drive. Tupac Capella from 9 yards out on the score. PAT was good, made it 7-0. 9:23 to go in the first quarter. The Arrows then took over on their 20. They ran 5 plays and punted. Washington took over on their 31. They ran 8 plays and turned it over on downs to the Arrows. Arrows took over on their 26. They went 3 plays and punt. Washington took over on their 48. They went 3 plays, 52 yards on the drive, and it was a 4-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Johansson to Gabe Pearson. The point after was good, made it 14-0 in favor of Washington with 1 minute to go in the first quarter. The Arrows' 4th possession, they moved the ball pretty well, started on their 20. They ran 11 plays, tried a 36-yard field goal that was no good. Washington took over on their 20-yard line, went 10 plays, 80 yards, and it was a 12-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Jaden Johansson. The point after was no good. 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Washington led by a score of 20-0. The Arrows then went 3 plays and punt. Washington took over on their 18 and quickly moved at 6 plays, 82 yards. The final 2 on a pass from Jaden Johansson to Tyson Hansen. The 2-point conversion was good. That made it 28-0. The Arrows went 3 plays and punt. Washington went 5 plays and punt. The Arrows went 2 plays and threw an interception. Washington kneeled down to run out the clock in the first half of play. So we are at halftime with the score, Washington 28, Watertown nothing. This is the Van Laken Orthodontics halftime show. We'll take a timeout. We'll give you a rundown of statistics in 3 minutes.
Are you a competitive parent? If so, keep your kids drug and alcohol free. It's a fact. One night of drinking can undo as much as 14 days of athletic training. Student athletes are expected to demonstrate year-round behavior that reflects positively on the individual, the school, and the community. The use of alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and other drug use is not allowed. Student athletes need the support of parents, community members, teachers, and coaches. Be strong. Be the influence. Keep our youth alcohol and drug free. A message from the Watertown Healthy Youth Coalition and the Watertown Tobacco Free Coalition.
It's Arrow time, and Lake Stop 20 on Highway 20 Watertown has the best roasted chicken in town. Enjoy it before or after the game. And don't forget their breakfast burritos, made fresh at the crack of dawn. Fuel up with Lake Stop's premium fuel for your boat, classic car, motorcycles, or ATVs. Lake Stop 20, across from the airport and industrial park in Watertown. And go Arrows!
Hi, this is Dr. Rob Van Laken from Van Laken Orthodontics. Investing the time and money in braces is not a minor thing, but at Van Laken Orthodontics, we take the extra care to be sure all of your questions and concerns are fully answered. Come in for a free consultation. If we determine braces will be beneficial, we will offer you a timeline and flexible payment options, making sure you have all the facts. Just another way the staff at Van Laken Orthodontics helps you to live life smiling. Visit VanLakenOrtho.com today to book your free consultation and live life smiling.
Hi, it's Angie from Gather. Our coffee beans are roasted locally, our pastries are baked in-house, and we select the finest ingredients to craft our drinks and smoothies to create a great customer experience. every single time. We're open Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. and Saturdays at 8, so anytime is a great time to feel welcome at Gather Coffee, Eats, and Gifts on the corner of Kemp Avenue and 2nd Street Southeast, downtown Watertown, where it's fresh, it's homemade, and it comes with a smile.
Hi, this is Mandy from Kunkel Snyder Optometric. We're a full-scope eye clinic that offers eye exams for kids and adults of all ages. We have glasses that range from budget to name brand designer. Our doctors fit a variety of contact lenses including astigmatism, bifocal, and even lenses for corneal disease and dry eye. They treat eye infections, pink eye, glaucoma, and even remove metal from the eye. We're here when you need us. We're open 5 days a week, have evening hours, and we're always accepting new patients. Call 882-4175 for an appointment or stop in and see us. We're on Highway 81 North in Watertown. Kunkel Snyder Optometric. Your family's eye care is our family business.
Check out these great buys this week at Hy-Vee in Watertown. Pepsi products, 6-pack bottles or cans, $1.99 each. Red or gold delicious apples, 48 cents a pound. And Hy-Vee white bread, 88 cents a pound. Check out the kids' Halloween party Saturday, October 27th, 1 to 3 at Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
This is the Van Laken Orthodontics halftime show. 28-0 in favor of Washington. Statistics look like this. First downs in that first half. Washington had 16, Watertown 4. Rushing, 25 carries for 231 yards for Washington. The Arrows had 13 carries for 33 yards. Passing-wise, Washington 10 of 14 for 91 yards, no interceptions. The Arrows 8 of 18, 74 yards and 2 interceptions. Total offense in the first half, the Arrows 31 plays for 107 yards of offense. Washington 39 plays for 322 yards of offense in that first half of play. Individual totals for Watertown, Brett Fossum rushed it 9 times for 31 yards in the first half. Evan Faulkner, 2 carries for 10. Tupac Capella, 15 carries, 143 yards in the first half. Jaden Johansson, 9 carries for 89 yards. Receiving, Evan Faulkner, 4 catches for 37. Parker Schmidt, 2 catches for 13. Blake Holden had 1 catch for 20 yards, and Brett Fossum had 1 catch for 4. For Washington, Gabe Pearson, 3 catches for 22. Jed Anderson, 3 catches for 22. Tyus Hansen, 2 catches for 30. Jacob Smith, 2 catches for 17 in that first half. Adam DeYoung leading the Arrows with 6 unassisted tackles in the first half. Blake Holden had 3 unassisted and 2 assists. Mitchell Lloyd had 2 unassisted tackles and 4 assists. Nate Freeze with 7 tackles in the first half, 3 unassisted. Ben Peterson had 5, and Matt Roosh ended up with 4 in the first half of play. Time of possession, the Arrows actually had the ball longer, almost 13 minutes compared to 11 minutes in that first half for Washington. But the Warriors with 322 yards of offense compared to 107 for the Watertown Arrows. The Arrows turned the ball over twice in the first half, and both of those were on interceptions. We are at halftime with the score: Sioux Falls, Washington 28, Watertown nothing. This is the Van Laken Orthodontics halftime show. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more from Howard Wood in 3 minutes.
Watertown Ford Chrysler is offering special deals this month. Save over $11,000 off MSRP on a Ram 1500, over $13,000 on an F-150. 0% financing, 60 months on Explorer, Edge, Escape, Lincoln, MKX, and MKZ. 0% 72 months on Fusion. Here is a 2017 Dodge Journey SXT, retired dealership loaner, only 13,000 miles, was 26,140 new, now just 16,900. Watertown Ford Chrysler. To achieve great things, it takes a great team. Attacker Plumbing and Heating Andor Incorporated, they have the get it done and then some team of talented, passionate people who will get the job done right. The service techs and those behind the scenes work together to provide top-notch service that you've come to expect from Tacker Plumbing and Heating and/or Incorporated for over 60 years. The business that service built.
Call on the business that service built. Call Tacker.
All it takes is one
smile, one text,
one question, conversation,
invitation, discussion.
all it takes is 1 minute,
One moment,
one comment,
one compliment.
all it takes is one pledge. To be the one.
To be the one.
The one to show you care.
The one to reach out. The one to ask.
It doesn't seem like enough.
But when someone is considering suicide,
One could be all it takes to change their mind.
Visit BeTheOneSD.com for signs of crisis or depression. Then be the one to show you care.
A message from Glacial Lake Safe. Suicide awareness for everyone.
This is Dr. Casey Johnson of Glacial Lakes Orthopedics in Watertown. My partners, Dr. Michael Venner and Dr. Jerry Reiber, and I would like to extend best wishes for safe and successful sports season for all of our area athletes. We are proud to continue to provide on-the-field and in-the-office sports medicine and orthopedic surgery services for all the Arrow and all Watertown area athletic programs. For an appointment today, call 882-2630 or go online and visit us at glaciallakes.orthopedics.com.
At Qdoba, we think you should be free to explore the boundaries of flavor. Rule your burrito with a guacamole fist if you like. Throw down any of our tantalizing quesos. If you want tortilla soup on everything, go for it. We're not going to stop you, because at Qdoba, every order comes with a heaping side of flavor freedom.
Qdoba in Watertown, just north of Walmart.
Identity theft is still one of the fastest growing frauds around. Did you know that as of July 1st, any South Dakota resident is able to place a freeze on their credit report for free with all 3 consumer reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. For more information about security freezes and how they can help protect you, please contact the Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, 1-800-300-1986, or log on to consumer.sd.gov.
This is the Van Laken Orthodontics halftime show. Both teams making their way out on the field. And I believe they'll put the mandatory 3 minutes on the clock, and we'll get ready for the second half of play. Halftime score is Washington 28, Watertown nothing. The winner of this game gets the winner of the earlier game here today. And Roosevelt handled Aberdeen Central in that matchup. Roosevelt, the overall number 1 seed in AAA football, and they get the winner of the number 4 seed Washington and number 5 seed Watertown game, as once they seed them 1 through 8, then they play it kind of like a basketball tournament, and 1 and 8, 4 and 5 in the same bracket, 2 and 7, 3 and 6 in the same bracket. So the winner of this one gets Roosevelt next Friday night in the next round of the playoffs. One more timeout. We'll come back with the second half kickoff in 2 minutes.
The Ramkota Hotel is the perfect hotel to stay at while visiting for conventions and events, and is the only full-service hotel property in Watertown. Minerva is also provided for your convenience at the Ramkota. While staying at the hotel, guests can enjoy an indoor heated pool, hot tub, exercise facility, cocktail lounge, business center, and full-service meeting and banquet facilities, accommodating up to 1,600. Call today to find out more. The Ramkota, 886-8011.
This is Casey from Stony Brook Suites Assisted Living, where we offer the best of both worlds. As much independence as you want with the security that we are staffed around the clock 24/7. Our mission is to help our residents live more active, independent lives. We currently have a physical therapist and restorative therapist as only part of the wide range of amenities we have to offer. Stop in today and see how Stony Brook Suites Assisted Living can offer peace of mind for you and your loved one.
Life is sweet in Stony Brook Suites.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them partners, the financial professionals that can help you tap into strengths you might not know you even have and guide you to where you want to be financially and personally, because no one wins alone. Start building financial security with Northwestern Mutual. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Contact Bill Keller, Taylor, or Tyson Zemlicka in the Watertown office of Northwestern Mutual.
If you're looking for something fantastic to eat today, why not try out the Dairy Queen on Highway 212 in Watertown? If you love chicken, you gotta have that chicken strip basket. It comes with Texas toast, country gravy, and French fries. And the Dairy Queen of Watertown is currently looking for help. If you're currently looking for a job, the DQ has all shifts available. Simply apply in person at the Dairy Queen on Highway 212 in Watertown.
So we're set to go with the second half of action here tonight. It is a 28-0 lead for Sioux Falls, Washington. They won the toss. They deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half of play. And Rumsa will kick it off from the 40-yard line. Live audio and video stream on our website at gowatertown.net. Brought to you by Sharp Automotive this fall for volleyball and football. Over 10,000 views of Aero Sports just this fall. And we thank Sharp Automotive for sponsoring our live audio and video stream. Set to go as Rumso will kick it at the 40-yard line. Wind at his back, puts the leg to it. It's a high, short pooch kick, fielded at the 31. Running sideways, getting hit, breaking a couple of tackles, and then going down at the 28-yard line was an up back. And that was Kapai who returned it. Randolph Kapai returned it and actually went backwards. So Washington will start 1st and 10 at their 28-yard line. Warriors lead 28-0 as they line up with 2 to the right short side, 1 to the left side. Tupac Capella to the right shoulder of the quarterback, Jaden Johansson. Johansson takes the snap. He will give it to Tupac. He runs behind his big lineman, then cuts to the outside where Blake Holden runs him down. Not before he gains 6 yards on the carry. He's very patient. He runs up behind his blockers and waits for that hole and then explodes through it. 2nd down and 4. He's at about 150 yards rushing in this game. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Capella to the left shoulder of Jaden Johansson on 2nd down and 4, 35. Give is to Tupac. He sidesteps 1, then he's caught. Falls forward for a yard. Brett Fossum that time made the stop. Brings up a 3rd down and 3 at the 36-yard line. Just underway in the second half, Washington leading 28-0. They will send 1 receiver to the right side. That's Gabe Pearson. 2 receivers to the left side. Jet Anderson, one of those. Shotgun formation on 3rd down and 3. Johansson back to pass, throws it, makes the completion, and breaking away is Jet Anderson, and he's going to go the distance. An arrow went high to try to knock it away. Jet was able to pull it in, broke that tackle, and goes 64 yards for the touchdown. And that makes it a 34-0 lead with 10:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The defense of the Arrows was pretty good. The D-back went up to try to knock that ball down, and when he did, he kind of flew past the receiver. Jet Anderson kept his balance and ran down the left side for the score. Point after attempt here for Washington. Snap's good, sets down, kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 10:32 to go, 3rd quarter. 35-0 Washington. They'll kick when we come back in 30.
At Prairie Lakes, the collaboration and dedication of our talented team of healthcare professionals allows us to offer the specialty services of a major medical center while still providing personalized treatment right here at home. We are proud to be your regional leader, but more than that, we are proud to be your choice for quality healthcare. Prairie Lakes Healthcare System.
Your health, our mission.
3-play, 72-yard drive for Washington. 64-yard pitch and catch from Jaden Johansson to Jet Anderson. And Washington leads by a score of 35-0. Luke Behrens will kick it off from the 40-yard line. I believe that's who it is. It was Nate Freeze earlier. Maybe that's Freeze. I can't tell. Numbers are a little hard to tell out there. But anyhow, kicking it off from the 40. It's a bounding high in the air, end-over-end kick. Isaac Shaw picks it up, and then he goes down on his knees at the 34-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Watertown at the 34-yard line. Arrows trailing 35-0. Watertown with the wind at their back here in this third quarter. And they break their huddle. They will line up Parker Schmidt to the right side with Evan Faulkner. Wide to the near side comes Jake Werner. Slot on the near side is Blake Holden. 4-43, standard 43 look for Washington again. Man in motion, Faulkner right to left. Flory back to pass. Sets, throws it deep down the right side. Got it out there to Parker Schmidt. Pretty good coverage running with him. Parker wanted a penalty, but good coverage by Zaki Ledoux out there running with Parker Schmidt, and that will go incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. Flory threw that ball 10, 20, 30, about 40-plus yards in the air. But Ledoux running stride for stride, and now a penalty is going to be called against Parker Schmidt. He's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as he walked by the official. He said something to the official. And that'll be a 15-yarder. And Parker comes out of the ball game. So now it'll be 1st and 25 for Watertown. The ball back at the 20-yard line. Arrows line up with 2 receivers to the right side, 2 receivers to the left side. Flory in shotgun formation. Holden comes in motion. Flip it out in the flat. They got it to Adam DeYoung, but he was brought down immediately. That'll be a loss of a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10, 20, 26. 3rd down and 26 for Watertown back at the 19-yard line. The Arrows have 2 receivers to the right. They'll line up with 2 to the left as they all look at their armbands. Fossum behind the quarterback. 33 defensive look again with 5 linebackers, but blitz or 5 D-backs, but blitz coming. Brandon's going to be hit, and he's going to be sacked back at the 10-yard line. Never had a chance, and he is down, getting up slow. That'll be a loss of 9 on the sack. And that will bring up a 4th down and 35 for the Watertown Arrows back at their 10-yard line. So Blake will punt from his end zone. The drive started on the 35-yard line, and now it is 4th down and 35 for a 1st down, and Blake has to punt from his end zone. The Arrows had 2 guys not out on the field in time for the punt team. Now one's going to run off, but he better hurry. Blake awaits the snap, gets a good one. Rush up the middle, gets a good high, booming punt away over the head of Jed Anderson, hit at the 40, rolls inside the 20, all the way down to the 15, 14, 13. Wow, what a punt. That'll be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 78-yard punt for Blake Holden on that play from the line of scrimmage. He actually punted it from the end zone, but the line of scrimmage was the 10, and it'll be 1st and 10 Washington at their 12-yard line. Blake boomed it, and then it hit, and he got a good roll. So 1st and 10 Washington at their 12. They line up with 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Jaden Johansson going to hand it off to Tupac Capella. Sidesteps one, can't side. Oh, he does. He breaks the tackle of the other. Now he's going to go. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. Schmidt's got an angle. He's going to try to cut behind Schmidt. He does. Matthew Glines catches him at the 10-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 77 yards on the carry for Tupac Capella, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Washington at the 11. The first tackle he broke, and then the Arrows hit him, and I thought they had him, but he bounced off the second tackle, and he went 77 yards, 1st and 10 at the 11, and he's over 200 yards rushing, probably 225 at least rushing now in the ball game. Matthew Glein stayed with the play and finally ran him down from behind. Washington taking a long time, and now they're going to have to take a timeout. We've got 7:49 to go here in the third quarter, 35-0 Washington. They take time. We'll take time. We'll come back in 30.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Boys, this halftime score is not indicative of our talent level. We're a lot closer than I thought we'd be, and old coach has just the thing to get us over the hump. Street tacos from Taco John's. You can get them with chicken or new sirloin steak or pork carnitas. That's a triple option of awesomeness. Let's go get some.
Get 3 street tacos for just $5 at Taco John's.
Hustle up, boys. If we leave now, we can be back for the fourth quarter.
Olay the Day at Taco John's.
Tupac Capella had 143 yards in the first half. So now he's at 220 there, and he's at 227 rushing for the ball game now. 227 yards rushing for Tupac Capella in this game. He is the all-time leading rusher in 11-man in football history, as he broke that record of one of the Lieber boys from Vermilion, and he broke that record in the first quarter tonight. 1st and 10, Washington. Jaden Johansson back to pass, throws it in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown on a very nice catch by Gabe Pearson. Not bad coverage in the end zone by the Arrows, but the ball in the right spot. Gabe Pearson with the catch, and that is a touchdown with 7:44 to go in the third quarter, and Washington leads 41-0. They will try to tack on a point after here. Snap is good, set is down, kick is up, and it is good as well. 7:44 to go, third quarter, 42-0 Washington. They'll kick when we come back in 30.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
It's a two-play, 88-yard drive, the first 77 by Tupac Capella. And it is a 42-0 lead for Washington over Watertown, and they will kick off to the Arrows. Jake Werner and Adam DeYoung back to receive it. Seven minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Washington led 28-0 at halftime, and they have scored twice here in the third quarter. Brandon Smith warming up on the sideline. Short kick again. It's a free ball. The Arrows got to get on it, and they don't, and then they finally do. The first Arrow didn't get on it. Trying to get on it for the Arrows was Max Robel. He did not, but then Evan Faulkner did. Faulkner able to cover the ball at the 29-yard line. So the Arrows will start 1st and 10 at their 29-yard line. Brandon Flory took a pretty good shot, couple of shots on the last possession, so we'll see if he's in there or if it's Brandon Smith. It's going to be Brandon Smith in at quarterback now for the Watertown Arrows. 7:40 to go in the third quarter, 42-0, Washington on top. Arrows line up with two receivers right, one to the left. Brandon Smith takes the snap. He's going to flip it out in the flat to Blake Holden, who was hit as soon as he got the ball in his hands. He was hit, and it was a good tackle right around the midsection, shoulder pad. Nate Freeze made the stop, a loss of 2 on the pass completion. Good coverage that time by Nate Freeze, and he came up, he's a 185-pounder, and he came up and had a picture-perfect tackle on a 265-pound Blake Holden. Second down and 12, Brandon Smith blitz coming from his left side. He's going to hand it off, and the offensive lineman for the Arrows got pushed back into the quarterback and the running back and actually put the hit on Brett Fossum. That's going to be a loss back to the 20-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 19 for the Watertown Arrows, as that'll be a loss of 7. The offensive lineman for the Arrows, and I couldn't see which one it was, but he just got blown up back into the handoff when Brandon tried to give it to Fossum. The lineman was in on the play. 3rd down and 19 for the Arrows. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Double coverage on Jake Werner out here. Brandon takes a low snap, sets his feet, pressure coming, throws it deep down the middle, overshoots everybody. Intended for Blake Holden, but was 10 yards over everybody, incomplete, and the Arrows will have to punt. Jake Werner was double covered out here as the cornerback was on him and the safety was cheating over. So they went down the middle to Blake, and Blake had 3 guys around him, and Brandon overthrew all 3. So it'll be punt formation for the Watertown Arrows as Blake, who ran that route, has to come all the way back and get ready to punt the ball. His last punt was like 74 yards. Blake awaits the snap from center. Gets a low snap, fields it. Punt is away, shorter, much shorter this time. Going to be fielded by an up back. Running to the left, good block, down the left side, to the 35, to the 30. Going to get inside the 25 to the 20-yard line on the return, where Washington will have it 1st and 10 at the Arrow 20. There is a penalty flag back at the 47-yard line of Washington, and that run is going to come back. See what the flag will be. That good block that I said I saw, well, it was a personal foul, illegal crackback block, so it wasn't such a good block. And it goes all the way back to the 32, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Washington, 32-yard line, and they have new players in there. Matt Thompson is now the quarterback, and I think it's Luke Behrens the running back. But Matt Thompson in at quarterback, he'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to the running back, who goes straight ahead for about a yard. That could be Nate Freeze. Yeah, it was Luke Behrens. I shouldn't have questioned myself. I thought that's who it was. A gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for Washington, as they lead 42-0, so they have second-team players playing now. The quarterback is Max Thompson. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Thompson gets the play call from the sideline, takes the snap. He's back to pass, looks across the left side, got his man, nice ball. Gain of 11 on the play, or gain of 9 on the play. And that was a gain of 9 and brings up a 3rd and 1. Brennan Tornow was the man who made that reception. So it's 3rd down and 1 for Washington at their 41. Thompson takes a low snap, bounces, goes down on one knee, and when he goes down on one knee, he's down in high school football. So that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play and bring up a 4th down and a punt formation for the Washington Warriors. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, Washington leading by a score of 42-0. Jake Werner back to receive the punt. The Warriors punter stands at his 22-yard line. Gets a good snap, runs to his right. Nice high punt into the wind, though, not going to go very far. Hits at the arrow 44 and goes sideways. Jake Werner picks it up on the run and goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Not a bad play by Jake. He's able to gain an extra 7 yards on that play, and he went out of bounds, and the ball went out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 Watertown. 47-yard line of Washington is where the Arrows will have it. 42-0 Washington, 4:15 to go in the third quarter. The Arrows have it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Brandon Smith in at quarterback. Brandon Flory started the game. He took a pounding the last possession and did not come back. Brandon Smith in there. And now the Arrows are going to wait for a player to get out on the field, and finally coming out is Jacob Tischer. He'll come wide to the left. The Arrows are going to have to hurry if they want to get a snap off. They do. It's a low snap. Flip out in the flat to Evan Faulkner. He got a block by Blake Holden, and he dives forward for a 2-yard gain. Gain of 2 brings up a 2nd down and 8 for Watertown, 45-yard line of Washington. The Warriors with second-team defensive players out there now as they lead 42-0. Smith has trips left, 1 to the right. Brandon awaits the snap. Gets a good snap. He'll give it to DeYoung running right. DeYoung's going to go forward for maybe a yard on the play. It'll bring up give him 2 yards on the carry. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 for Watertown. 3:20 to go in the game, 42-0 in favor of Washington. The Arrows have 2 receivers to the left, now 3 to the left, 1 to the right. On 3rd down and 7:44, blitz coming from Brandon's right side. Brandon takes the snap. Arrows pick up the blitz. Good ball across the middle to Evan Faulkner. He ran backwards, though, and is not going to get the 1st down. Where he caught the ball, his first few steps got him the 1st down, and then he ran backwards and ended up losing the 1st down. It's a gain of 5 on the play. Brings up a 4th down and 1 for the Watertown Arrows. The ball at the 42 of Washington. Warriors in their standard 34 defense now. Brandon Smith takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's rushed, he's hit as he throws, and it goes incomplete, and it'll go over on downs to the Washington Warriors. Washington will take over 1st and 10, and they will have it at the 38-yard line is where they will have it. And again, their new quarterback is Max Thompson. Thompson at quarterback, Luke Behrens the running back. 1st and 10, Washington at their 38-yard line. Thompson takes the snap. He'll give to Behrens. Started left, cuts back to the right, spins. Nice gain by Behrens. He'll get 6 yards on the carry. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 4. Tupac Capella ends his game with, what did I say, about 227 or 29 yards rushing. Handoff over the left side to Behrens. He's going to go backwards this time. He'll lose a couple of yards. Brett Fossum on the stop, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 6, short 7 for Washington. We're down to a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Warriors leading 42-0. Third down and 7 for Washington. They have the ball at their 41. Max Thompson awaits the snap, takes it, play action, throws it out in the right flat. Almost picking that ball off was Evan Faulkner, but he couldn't pick it up off the ground, and now a penalty flag flies way after the play, and I got to believe by Blake Holden's reaction, this is going to be against the Arrows. See what they say. So they called unsportsmanlike conduct on Washington and on Watertown. Dead ball foul, they offset. Well, I sometimes wonder why they call that penalty. It doesn't do anything. Fourth down and 7 for Washington. They will punt from their 26-yard line. Punter stands at his 26, awaits the snap. Snap goes to the left. He runs to the right, gets the punt away. It's going to bound at the 32 and go back to the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Watertown, and they will have it at their 25-yard line. 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is 42-0 in favor of the Washington Warriors. First and 10, Watertown at the 25-yard line. Brandon Smith in at quarterback for the Arrows. The Arrows' clock is down under 10 seconds. So the Arrows are going to have to hurry down to 4, down to 3. Brandon takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's going to heave her down the right side into coverage. Almost caught Jake Werner. Jake kind of pushed the defender a little bit when he went up in the air and got himself a little room, and then he reached out for the ball. That was a beautiful ball by Brandon Smith, and Jake reached out for it and just couldn't quite pull it in with his fingertips, incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for Watertown. Ball at the 25-yard line. Arrows line up with 2 receivers either way. Brett Fossum behind Brandon Smith. 2nd and 10, 25-yard line. Brandon has Blake Holden in motion. He's going to give it to Brett Fossum. Brett runs sideways, and he'll lose a yard on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Watertown Arrows. The ball back at the 24-yard line. Hunter Wagee was in for one play to give Jake Werner a breather, but Jake's back on the field. 2 receivers either way, 3rd down and 11. 43 defensive look this time for Washington. Brandon Smith has a man in motion left to right, back to pass, blitz coming, throw, good timing play. Making the catch was Jake Werner. He went down on his knees, and again in high school football, when you're down, you're down. Jake got back up to run, but you can't do that in high school. It's a gain of 11, though, and a 1st down, and we end the third quarter. 42-0 Washington. Fourth quarter comes your way in 1 minute.
Sharps in Watertown is proud to announce the addition of GMC to their already great lineup of new Chevrolet and Toyota products. With limited inventory on the ground, Sharps is pre-selling any of the orders for the remaining 2018 and 2019 products that are on the way. Stop by the Chevrolet showroom to find out all the details. And don't forget, you can now schedule all your GMC maintenance and repair needs with the Sharps Service Department. Sharps in Watertown welcomes all the GMC customers in the market. They look forward to seeing and serving you soon.
Mom called today, and she and Dad are pre-planning their funerals.
What? I guess I never thought about that.
I thought the same thing, but you know, I'm really glad that they are. When that time comes, it takes the pressure of decision-making off of our shoulders. I actually called her back after thinking about it and thanked her.
Hi, it's the chat office at Crawford Office Funeral Chapel. While it can be difficult to talk about, prearranging your own service will help ease the burden on your loved ones. Call us today at 882-1516. Crawford off the Funeral Chapel, where service and caring is our profession.
That was a quick between quarter break. Brett Fossum got the handoff. The ball was poked free, was picked up by Washington. And on the return for the touchdown was Gabe Frericks, and he took it 31 yards on the fumble recovery. At least the PA announcer said that it was 46, and that would be Gabe Frericks. That makes it a 48-0 game on the fumble recovery and return for a touchdown. Snaps good, sets down, kicks up, and it is good. Just started the fourth quarter, 49-0 Washington. They'll kick to the Arrows in 30.
Watertown Ford Chrysler is offering special deals this month. Lisa Ford EcoSport 4-wheel drive, $189 a month. Escape SE all-wheel drive, $209. F-150 Super Cab 4x4, $289. And a Super Crew XLT 4x4, $349. Here's a 2012 Ford F-150 Super Crew. Nice local trade, only 67,000 miles, $21,900. How about a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4, super clean, 41,000 miles, best price $16,900. Watertown Ford Chrysler, one low price, plain and simple always.
So Washington recovers the fumble and returns it 31 yards for the score, and they lead now 49-0. Washington will play here next Friday night in the semifinals, and it'll be Roosevelt and Washington in the semifinals next Friday night. One semifinal. The other matchups tonight, O'Gorman and Lincoln, and Brandon Valley playing Rapid City Central. Washington to kick off from the 40-yard line. They lead 49-0. 7 seconds into the fourth quarter. Ball is kicked deep this time. It bounds at the 11. Straight ahead on the return was DeYoung. He breaks free down the left side, cuts back, and he'll bring it out to the 49-yard line. Nice return by Adam DeYoung. That's about a 40-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 Arrows at the 49-yard line. So Watertown gets it 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 11:44 to go in the football game. Washington leading 49-0. The Arrows line up with Fisher wide to the right side, joined out here by Faulkner. Jake Werner wide to the left side. Brandon Smith in at quarterback. Brandon slaps his hands, gets the handoff, gives the handoff, I should say. Running forward was Brett Fossum. He got grabbed and tossed down. Nope, it was Adam DeYoung on the carry. And Adam got tossed down hard. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 for the Arrows. Fisher wide right, slot right is Faulkner, wide left is Jake Werner. Blake Holden is the wingback on the right side. Adam DeYoung, the running back, behind Brandon Smith on 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line. Brandon takes the snap, keeps it himself, tries to go outside, then cuts back, and the ball came loose again. And who got it? Washington recovers the fumble. Brandon Smith gained 3 yards, fumbled the ball. Washington recovers the fumble, and they will have it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line is where they will get it. 1st and 10, Washington at the 47, 10:57 to go in the game. Warriors lead 49-0. Max Thompson at quarterback. He has Luke Behrens beside him at running back. Trips right, one to the left. Shotgun, give is to Behrens. He goes straight ahead. He's hit hard by Isaac Shawd. In on the play as well was Adam Turback. A loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 2nd and 11 for Washington. They have it at their 46-yard line. And they line up with 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Max Thompson in at quarterback. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Now he runs to his left. He's going to be hit. Throws the ball. Underthrew his intended receiver. And that was Luke Behrens. Did a good job, did Thompson. Scrambling to his left and got away from the rush. And was able to throw that ball, but incomplete. Stops the clock with 10:14 to go in the game. Washington leading 49-0. 3rd down and 11 for the Warriors at the 46-yard line. They're 46. They will shift from right to left and have 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right, running back to the right shoulder of the quarterback. Thompson back to pass, flips it out here on the flat, got his man, good open field tackle by Mitchell Lloyd, pass completed to Cole Holstein. A gain of about 4 on that pass completion. Mitchell Lloyd with a nice open field tackle, and it'll be punt formation for the Washington Warriors. They have it 4th down and 8. 4th and 8 for Washington. They were short 1 man on the punt team, and now he's out there. The snap is not a good one. Running to his right with the ball as the punter. He did get it away as he was being tackled. Good play by the punter that time. He was grabbed from behind and being pulled down, and he still got the punt away. And he was able to get it all the way down to the Arrow, looks like 19-yard line. So a good play in what looked like the Arrows were going to be able to bring him down on a kind of a bad snap, but he ran to his right. His jersey was grabbed, and as he was being pulled down, he got the punt away. 1st and 10 Arrows, 19-yard line, their own. 49-0 in favor of the Washington Warriors. The Arrows line up with Jake Werner and Blake Holden wide to the left. Tischer and Faulkner come wide to the right side. Brandon Smith shotgun formation on 1st and 10. Brandon at the 19 has Blake in motion. High snap, ball on the ground. Brandon picks it up. He runs to his left. Brandon going to be pushed out of bounds. It'll be a gain of pretty close to 10 and maybe a 1st down. Clock stops as he runs out of bounds, though, and they will say it was enough for a 1st down. 9:09 to go in the game, 49-0 in favor of Washington. 1st and 10 Arrows, 29-yard line is where they have it. They line up with 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Blake is a wing back on the left side. Brandon Smith slaps his hands, takes the snap. He'll give straight ahead to Brett Fossum. Brett gets 4 yards on the carry. Brings up a 2nd down and 6 for Watertown. Arrows had a good season. They got nipped by some injuries. Dieterman injury hurt. Brandon Flory injured most of the season, and then off and on DeYoung had a bad ankle, and Sam Strop not able to play tonight. 2nd down and 6. Whoops, there's movement by the running back, and that'll be a penalty on the Arrows. And the Arrows just not with enough depth to overcome some of those injuries. They end up 6-3 during the regular season. They had a good season, but they ran into the team that I think is probably the best team in AAA right now. Washington started slow. They started 1-2 on the year, but then they ran off 6 straight, and nobody was close to them. And they've really got things rolling. And I think even though they're the 4th seed, they're the best team in AAA. After the penalty, 2nd and 11. Brandon Smith awaits the snap, takes the snap, flips it out in the flat, got his man out here, Evan Faulkner. Evan going to be brought down. Oops, a penalty flag's going to fly in. Might be a face mask on the play. Evan's gain is out to the 37-yard line. So that is a gain of 9 on the pass completion. And the flag came flying in, and it was a face mask against Washington. It was a 5-yard face mask penalty, but it'll be enough for a first down, and the Arrows will have it 1st and 10 at the 42. The Arrows had a good season. They just got nipped by some injuries and unable to be higher in the seeding than number 5. 1st and 10 Arrows. Brandon throws it out to Jake Werner. Jake caught, and it'll be a loss of 2 on the pass completion. Brings up a 2nd and 12. And it's just too bad they weren't able to be in a different seating position. And like I said, you're running into the best team in AAA here in this Washington Warrior team. They are really, really good. They started slow, had some young guys in the line, but they are really on fire right now. 2nd down and 12. And like I said, of the 4 remaining teams in AAA after tonight, I think they're the best team. Throwing it to Jacob Tischer. Tischer with a nice catch. He'll dive into Washington territory to the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 on that pass completion to Jacob Tischer. Jacob Tischer making that reception. It'll be 1st and 10 Watertown at the 44 of Washington. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. 49-0 in favor of Washington. 2 receivers either side for the Warriors. Brandon Smith with a running back behind him. For the Arrows, I should say. High snap. He's back to pass. Throws it across the middle. Got Jake Werner. Jake breaks a tackle. Jake's going to score. Nice play. Good ball by Brandon Smith. Nice run by Jake Werner. That'll go 44 yards for the touchdown. And the Arrows get on the board with 6:39 to go in the 4th quarter. And that'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays, 81 yards. The last 44 on the pass from Brandon Smith to Jake Werner. And the Arrows get on the board. 886-8444. You can win a Dutch Boy soft cloth car wash. And the Arrows will try to tack on a point after here. Brandon Smith awaits the snap. Rumpsa will try to kick it through the uprights. Snaps high. Brandon sets it down. Rumpsa's kick is good. We have 6:39 to go in the game. 49-7 Washington. Arrows kick when we come back.
This is Dustin with Active Heating. Participation in extracurricular activities helps develop the skills necessary for tomorrow's leaders. Active Heating is always striving to be the best, just like the Arrows. Knowledge, trust, communication, and a relentless pursuit of a common goal are what make the Watertown Arrows and our team at Active Heating so great. Thanks, Arrows, for your hard work and determination, and for getting active in our school and community.
6-play, 81-yard drive for the Arrows. They get on the board and make it a 49-7 ball game. Nate Freeze going back to receive this kick. Rumpsa will kick it off at the 40-yard line with 6:39 to go in the game and a 49-7 lead. Rumpsa kicks it high, end over end. It's going to be grabbed at the 25. Return man started right, and now he comes back to the left. And that's to Pay, who returns it to the 35. Randolph Kapaya on the return to the 37, and it'll be 1st and 10 Washington at the 37-yard line. Trips right for Washington, 1 receiver to the left side, running back to the right shoulder of the quarterback, Thompson. Max Thompson takes the snap. He gives it to Behrens. Behrens, nice hole, nice run, as he gets 9 yards on the carry. and it'll be second down and 9. Roosevelt beat Aberdeen 55-14. O'Gorman beat Lincoln 76-14. And Brandon beat Rapid City Central 47-8. Barons runs left this time, and he was grabbed and brought down on the play. Let me see who that was. Turned sideways. There we go. 85 for the Arrows. Connor Wirtjes making the stop that time. A loss of a couple, so that will mean Roosevelt will play Washington. O'Gorman will play Brandon Valley in the semifinals. And like I said, I still believe Washington's the best team of the last 4. Roosevelt, Washington, O'Gorman, and Brandon. But look at those point totals. Roosevelt 55, O'Gorman 76, Brandon 47, and 49 here for Washington. Third down and 3, back to pass. Thompson throws across the middle, incomplete. On the coverage for the Arrows was Jacob Tischer running with the receiver, and Washington will be forced to punt the ball. 5:07 to go in this ball game. It is 49-7 in favor of Washington. Tupac Capella rushed for over 200, about 229 in the game tonight, and he broke the record for all-time leading rusher in the 11-man ranks in the state of South Dakota, and he did that in the first quarter. Fourth down and 3. Punter gets a good snap. Gets a booming punt away this time. Jake Warner runs back to the 11. He's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, cuts back 40, spins, still on his feet, and then brought down at the 42-yard line. Nice return again by Jake Werner, and the Arrows will start 1st and 10, and they will do so at their 41-yard line is where they put him down. 4 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the season for the Watertown Arrows. It's the Warriors 49 and the Arrows 7. So O'Gorman and Brandon will play next week. Washington and Roosevelt will play in the other semifinal matchup next week in AAA football. Brandon Smith in at quarterback for the Watertown Arrows. Got a new running back behind him now, and that is Cale Stevenson. 1st and 10, Arrows, 41-yard line. Snap is to Brandon, give to Cale. Cale runs left. Cale down the left sideline. Cale to the 40. Cale to the 30. And he's going to be blasted out of bounds, but a nice gain. 10, 20, 30, 34 yards on the carry for Cale Stevenson. And it'll be 1st and 10 Watertown. They'll put her down at the 25-yard line of Washington. Cale Stevenson, 5'7", 165-pound sophomore for the Arrows. Had a good burst of speed there. 1st and 10 Watertown 25. Brandon Smith takes the snap. Cale goes to the right this time. He'll fall forward for a couple of yards. A whole pile of both teams in on that play. Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Arrows, 23 of Washington. We're down to 4:10 to go in the game. 49-7, Warriors on top. Brandon Smith has 2 receivers either side. He has Cale Stevenson behind him. 2nd down and 8, 22-yard line. Brandon has a man in motion left to right. He'll give to that man in motion, cuts it upfield, tries to step outside, gets inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Gain of 5 on the carry, and that was Nathan Ingalls on the carry. Nathan Ingalls on the carry, got 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Watertown, down around the 18-yard line of the Washington Warriors. 3rd down and 3 for the Arrows. Cale Stevenson behind the quarterback Smith. Brandon looks to the sideline. Slaps his hands, takes the snaps. He's back to pass, throws across the middle, intended there for Hunter Wagee, but the ball thrown behind Hunter, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 3 for Watertown. Clock stops with 3:07 to go in the ball game. and the Arrows trailing 49-7. Arrows will go for it here on 4th down. 4th down and 3 for Watertown. They've got to get the ball to the 15-yard line. They've got it at the 18. Brandon Smith, 2 receivers either way. 34 defensive look for Washington. Man in motion comes Ingles. Fakes the handoff, back to pass, throws underneath to Jake. Jake catches it and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Good ball by Brandon Smith, and that will be an 18-yard touchdown from Brandon Smith to Jake Werner with 3:01 to go in the 4th quarter of play, and the Arrows will try to tack on a point after. 5-play, 59-yard drive for Watertown. Brandon to hold, Rumpsa to try to kick the extra point here. Snap's good, kick is up, plenty of leg, and it is through the uprights. 3:01 to go in the game. 49-14 Washington. Arrows kick in 30 seconds.
It's a 3-day sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee in Watertown. That's Smart Bananas, 29 cents a pound. Hy-Vee white milk, half gallon, 77 cents. An 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve boneless beef New York strip steaks, $3.99 each. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
5-play, 59-yard drive for Watertown. 18-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Smith to Jake Werner. Point after good makes it a 49-14 Arrows trailing Washington. And Rumpsa will kick it off from the 40-yard line. Rumpsa approaches the ball, kicks it high and short, fielded at the 20, return man 25. He's got an opening, cuts to the outside, brought down at the 40-yard line. Getting up slowly for the Arrows was Jacob Tischer. Freddie Frederick on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 Washington at their 40-yard line. 2:56 to go in the game. It is a 49-14 Washington lead. Max Thompson in at quarterback for Washington has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Thompson takes the snap. He gives to Behrens. Behrens goes left. He is brought down on the play by Max Robel, who made the stop. Gain of a yard for Behrens. And we are down to 2:40 to go in the ball game. Washington will use all the time they possibly can, I would think, before snapping the ball. They could run this down to about 2:09, but it looks like they're going to snap it before that. Thompson takes the snap. He'll give to Behrens running right. Behrens caught again by Robel, brought down after a gain of a yard. 2 straight nice plays by Max Robel. Two minutes to go in the game. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Washington Warriors. The ball at the 42.5-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left side for Max Thompson. Thompson awaits the snap, takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's pressured. He's hit, and he'll be sacked. First guy in there was Cale Stevenson for the Watertown Arrows. Thompson will lose yardage back to the 32. That'll be a loss of 10. And Washington will once again punt the ball. Going back to receive it for the Arrows is Peyton Johnston this time. Nope, now Jake Werner comes out. Down to a minute to go in the football game. See if Jake can get a big return here and end the season on a high note. Clock ticking down to 10 seconds. Clock ticking down to 5 seconds. Down to 1 second when they snapped the ball. Good job by the Warriors. High kick with the wind, punted it away from Jake. Jake going to field it at the 30, try to run, but they surrounded him and brought him down right there after the punt. So 1st and 10, Watertown at their 30-yard line with 37 seconds remaining in the football game and in the season for the Watertown Arrows. And like I said, a good season the Arrows had. A few injuries kind of really nipped the Arrows, and they were unable to get higher in the seeding than number 5, and Washington seeded number 4 is because of a couple of early season losses, because right now they're the best team in AAA in my opinion. Brandon Smith will snap the ball. The Arrows don't have nearly enough guys out on the field. Brandon snaps it, takes a knee, and that's going to do it. So the Watertown Arrows are going to end their season here tonight against the Washington Warriors. The final score going to go in the books. Washington 49, Watertown 14. And the Arrows are not going to snap another snap, and that's going to be the final score. Washington 49, Watertown 14. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with more in 3 minutes.
Good luck this season to the Watertown Arrows from the crew at home.